Hi y'all, Matt McMeem here, coming at you with another episode of Matt's Real Ass Reviews. This one's a pretty hot take. I just finished the movie over here, as you can see. That's the movie. The movie I finished is Kizumonogatari Ten Kets, the the second one. Now, as you may or may not be aware, I reviewed the first Kizumonogatari movie on this channel. So if you're interested in my opinions on it in a more long form way, then you can feel free to go ahead and check that out. But in short, I felt that the first Kizumono movie was bad. Dialogue was bad. Animation wasn't really too much. Backgrounds were bad. Didn't really like it at all. So I was pretty pessimistic going into this one. I was expecting to not like it. And I was pretty late reviewing the first movie. But on this one, I reviewed it pretty much as soon as it showed up on Kiss Anime. So I think that's on time enough in my book. But anyway, do I like this movie? Is it a good movie? Is it better than the first movie? To all three, in short, I answer yes. Now, to elaborate on that, the movie's not perfect. There are still some problems that remain from the first movie. Most notably, the poor backgrounds, really basic, not very lively feeling, made with what looks like really just poor quality CG. And the color palette is still kind of ugly, I think, and really limited just to oranges and grays, which is not very appealing to look at. Really, the only nice looking thing on screen usually are the character designs, which are still very good. But anyway, on to what is improved from the last movie. Most definitely the thing that improved the most are the character interactions and dialogue. Like I said, first movie really only gave them exposition to talk about with each other, the characters, that is. But in this movie, they did a very good job at giving characters time to just, hang out with each other, chew the fat, have a real human sounding conversation. And putting them in some more humorous situations. Made sure that not every conversation had to do with the plot. And even during big plot moments, they still made sure to include bits of characterization for people. Like during the scene where Araragi, after beating Dramaturgy, gives Kishot her leg back. When she eats her leg, there's a lot of really great character animation for everybody in that scene. And there's, just lots of little more chill scenes, like Hanakawa giving Araragi some clothes, and then they share, this kind of cute little character moment together where Araragi's changing and she looks at his abs and she's like, whoa, he's super hot. There's lots of great little animations all over the place during those. But the animation on the whole is given a lot more time to shine during the three big fights in this movie. If you don't know, this movie takes place during the part of the book where Araragi fights the three big vampires introduced at the end of the last movie, Dramaturgy episode and Guillotine Cutter. And the movie does a very good job of making those fights look great with a lot of really frantic, fast-paced animation, and really making them a lot cooler than they ever were in the book. Like, the whole point of the fights is kind of that they're unsatisfying and weird, and I think the movie did a very good job of making them still have that kind of vibe, while making them impressive to look at. And of course, during those aforementioned more dialogue-heavy scenes, there are lots of great little bursts of animation as well. So overall, I mean, I was very pleasantly surprised with this movie. Like I said at the beginning, I was very pessimistic coming in, but this movie it did a very good job. I didn't really like the first fourth, admittedly. Basically, leading up to the dramaturgy fight, I didn't like. Uh, Hanakawa and Araragi have this conversation that feels really weird and stilted, and feels just like their conversations in the first movie. So I was like, ew, ew. So at first, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. But as the movie progressed past there, they started talking to each other more like normal humans, and it was good from there. So overall, good movie. I think it's probably worth watching the first movie to watch this one, and then hopefully the third one's good. So, actually, I guess yeah, the third one being good or not will kind of make or break this series of movies. But anyway, good movie. I'd say watch it. Strong 6, light 7.